chili in the name of.
Hello again and welcome to Season 7, Episode 2 of Chilli in the Name of. In this episode I'll be road testing a traffic light selection of hotter than L's sauces, including E02's Revenge, 24K Gold, and Granny's Habanero Punch. These sauces were sent me along with a whole bunch of other ones from the wonderful Dino Ferry from Hotter Than L, along with the t-shirt as well, which is fantastic. I love it. Love Burns t-shirt. You may recall from Season 4 that I reviewed 3 of Hotter Than L's sauces, including Love Burns, so I'm really excited to check these 3 out. So without any further ado, let's get on it. The first sauce I'm going to try for you today is Hotter Than L E02's Revenge. That's E02's Revenge there. As you can see, it's quite green. I'll get a nice close view with the better camera. In terms of consistency, you can see that it's quite thin, quite loose, but it's quite chunky at the same time. It's got sort of bits of herbs and some seeds and stuff in there. In terms of ingredients, it says it has tomatillos, green serrano pepper, distilled vinegar, lemon juice, onions, garlic, and cilantro. So it's a straight up Salsa Verde type sauce. It's got a beautiful colour to it. It says on the back that it has a heat rating of 1 and a bit out of 4 little chilies, as you can see there. Yeah. Let's try it out. Okay, so it is quite loose looking, but at the same time it's quite chunky. It's looking sort of salsa-y. It's not macerated within an inch of its life, and there are little bits of, I think, what would be coriander or cilantro in there. Let's give it a sniff. It smells great. Really green, kind of vinegary. Let's give it a taste. It's really vinegar forward. There's not much heat in there at all. Good flavour profile. Good sort of mixture of salty, sour, and the lemon juice is nice. It almost tastes like a salad dressing. And in fact, you could throw this over lettuce and it would be completely delicious. You can actually, these little chunks that you're seeing through here are actually a little bit chewy, there's pieces of tomatillo in there. Dino informed me that this is the mildest of his range and that it was named after a place he used to work that was it was called Eco Relics, which is an architectural salvage facility, and it was named after the company and the company's warehouse cat, which you can see on the label there. So this is his revenge, the cat's revenge. In terms of heat, I'd probably give it a 1 out of 10. In terms of flavour, I think it's probably really suited towards like a salad or something along those lines. It's really delicious. The second sauce I'm going to try for you today is 24K Gold. That's 24K Gold there. As you can see, it's got like a habanero or a ghost pepper or some sort of other pepper on top of some gold bricks. There it is up close. And let's see what it looks like. In terms of consistency, you can see it's a little bit thicker than the previous one. It's nice and yellow. It's got a beautiful yellowness to it, and it's also got a little bit of chunkiness to it. Some bits of what appear to be spice seeds and some herbs and stuff in there. In terms of ingredients, it's distilled vinegar, carrots, onions, orange habanero peppers, lime juice, garlic, salt, non-GMO canola oil. So that's probably why it's got a bit of that sort of thickness to it. Let's try it out. Okay, so it is quite a bit thicker than the previous one. The yellowness is really quite prominent. I think that's coming from the orangeness of the carrots. Give it a sniff. Again, quite vinegar forward. I can smell the carrots in there. I can smell the onion in there. Yeah, and it's got that lime juice sort of pushed to it too. Let's give it a taste. Again, quite sour, but it's sour from the lime juice and the vinegar in combination. It's a little bit salty. Dino informs me that this is a pretty simple pretty simple recipe, Caribbean in nature. It's got a fair bit more heat than the last one. Dino gave this one 3.5 little chilies on the back there. In terms of heat, I'd probably give this maybe a 6 out of 10. In terms of flavour, it's quite complex, and it's got a beautiful sort of fruitiness to it that sort of continues to hold with the heat. And the heat's quite good. It's a good habanero heat. It's not so hot that it'll knock your socks off, but of course you're not going to eat it by the spoonful like I just did then. It'd be really lovely on a rice dish, I think. Yeah, so I really like this one. It's really tasty. The third sauce I'm going to try for you today is Granny's Habanero Punch. It says it's a gourmet salsa with a kick. It's got a picture of some apples there and a chili, and there's the hotter than L character. It's a salsa. Like you can see, it's quite chunky. You can see how it sits inside the jar. It's got quite a wide opening there, so you can like pour it into a bowl or something. There's the label up close there. The heat rating that Dino's given this is 3 out of 4 chili peppers, which means it'll be warmish. In terms of ingredients, let's see what it's got. Diced tomatoes, Granny Smith apples, carrots, onions, distilled vinegar, red habanero, pepper mash, Trinidad scorpion pepper mash, and salt and cilantro. It's a beautiful red colour, good thickness to it. Let's try it out. Smells really good. Quite vinegary, pickly almost. I don't want to get too much up in my nose because it's a really wide opening and all those chilies have just come straight up. Good salsa-y sort of smell to it. Let's pour it into the spoon. Okay, so that's harder to pour than usual. Really good chunkiness to it. Big chunks of apple in there, big chunks of tomato. It's really fresh. It's really balanced, the saltiness and the sourness. Fruitiness is really lovely. It almost has like a green olive flavour to it. That would probably be the apples mixed with the vinegar and the other things like the salt and stuff like that. The habanero pepper is probably the front heat, and then there's a secondary heat coming from the Trinidad scorpions. And Trinidad scorpions give it that intensity, a different intensity to the habaneros. In terms of heat, I'd probably give this a 5 out of 10. In terms of how I'd use this, I probably would use it like you would use it as a normal salsa. It'd be poured into a bowl and dipped with chips, or poured over a taco or something like that. It's really beautiful. The inclusion of the apple is a stroke of genius. So well done there, Dino. So there you have it, folks. A traffic light selection of hotter than L's sauces, from mild to reasonably warm. If I were to choose one, my favourite out of the three, it's kind of hard because they've all got their own little place. But I do think that this one here is a really great tasting 24 karat gold sort of Caribbean style sauce for general use on that sort of thing, rice dishes and whatnot. This is really good. This is a really good salsa, and it's got a really nice punch to it. And it's the Granny Smiths in there. It makes it really tasty and really kind of different from your normal cumin-driven capsicum-y sort of salsa. So yeah, it's really, really amazing. Thanks once again, Dino, for sending me these sauces. A great work as always. So I hope you enjoyed watching this episode as much as I enjoyed making it. There'll be much more coming up in future episodes, including obviously the stuff behind me and some of this stuff over here. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled for that. But until next time, see you later.
Chilli in the name of...